Hello everybody, my name is Division and welcome to my 100 subscriber special. Before getting into the meat of the matter, I just want to thank you all so much. I posted my first video ever on September 25th of 2022, posted a couple more after that, but never really got into it until June 4th of 2024. I can't even believe you guys have enjoyed my content this much in such a short amount of time. I'm really proud of myself that I went from my thumbnails looking like this and audio sounding like this.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hades 2.
To making content I'm much prouder of. I know I'm yapping a lot, but even though I'm talking bad about my old content, I still love it because it's what I started from, and it'll always be special to me, even if it's not good. Anyway, enough with the sentimental stuff for now. What we're going to be doing today is going through all the games I've played on my channel, and I'll be rating them and giving my thoughts on them, and generally discussing what I was thinking about my channel during the time. Even though I do want to be more sappy and thank you guys even more, without further ado, let's get into my 100 subscriber special. Hades 2 was the first game I actually made a series on, not including this little Minecraft thing I did in 2022, and holds a special place in my heart. I honestly can't wait until the game fully comes out and have been playing consistently since I first started. It's kind of hard to give my full opinions on the game since it isn't complete yet, but I really like it. I think the combat is unique, the characters are cool and actually interesting to listen to, the skill cap is high and it's fun to get good at, and you can make such a variety of builds, and so on. One thing I'm super curious about is how they're going to deal with this nectar stuff and how they're carrying out these relationships you have with the characters. One thing I personally wish they did more of or add in the future is make the home base more interesting. Don't get me wrong, I love planting seeds and talking to characters and decorating, but I think it would have been really cool to add some cold of the land type things into the game. That's just a personal preference though. Overall, I think this game is really great and I think that was the perfect step for me to start my channel on. I didn't really know how to make thumbnails or be funny on camera or even have good audio, and I don't think I ever recorded myself completing the game even though I did complete it. So obviously, I made a bunch of mistakes, but at the end of the day, I learned from them and started improving my videos over time. I also posted 2 shorts on Hades 2, but realized that they didn't get much attention, so I didn't want to put too much effort into them. I also didn't really enjoy editing videos. I mostly enjoyed actually playing the game and making jokes about it as I go more than anything else. So if people were enjoying the shorts, then I wasn't planning on making more. Another thing to point out is that even though my videos were getting almost 0 views at the time, I wasn't disheartened or anything. I believed that things were going to improve if I just put the work in, and they did. Anyway, Hades 2, a great game, taught me a lot about making videos early on and is very special to me. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Even though Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree technically isn't a full game, it definitely feels like one and was long enough to make a big series on, so I'm going to include it in this video. Many of you who play this DLC are not going to like my thoughts on it, but so be it. I'll give a little context before I get into my thoughts on the game. When this DLC came out, I didn't realize you had to have already completed the game to access it. The thing is that I had already completed the game, but on the file that I completed the game on, I was at the very beginning of a New Game Plus run I guess I started, which I still don't remember doing. I could have completed the game on New Game Plus and did the DLC that way, but I didn't want to have to do the DLC through New Game Plus, so I just started a whole new run that I had to speedrun through to do all the requirements to play the DLC. This was really difficult. I skipped so many areas in the game and level grinded so much at that one place in Moog's area to try and be a decent level for the DLC while spending the least time possible. You may be wondering why I was rushing this so much. Well, it was because I had a month-long trip coming very soon after it came out and I had to finish it very quickly. After I completed the main game, I played through the DLC and the DLC was great, but it left a kind of a sour taste in my mouth. I completed it the day before the trip and I was stressed about beating the final boss because of how difficult he was. And listen, I'm not complaining about the difficulty of the bosses, but almost all of the main ones took me over 2 hours to complete, with Renala taking me 5 hours. I understand that my look on the game is not its fault, but I can't help but feel a little bit bitter of my experience. The worst part is that I don't even post videos that I made of the game because I didn't have time to edit them before the trip, and I was like, oh, I'll just edit them on the trip, and I never did, so I basically just rushed for nothing. This series was important for me though because I posted a short that got over 100 likes. I was super excited by this because it showed me that people were enjoying my content. I didn't even think it was gonna get that much attention because it didn't blow up until later in the day when I posted it. but I'll always remember that short because of how excited I was when I saw that it passed over 1,000 views and just kept going. So there was good and bad in this series, but overall I still am not a big fan of the DLC right now. I would give it a 7 out of 10. This isn't a game I played, but rather a video I made. I tried tinkering with my audio more, but accidentally made my voice sound way louder than I thought it did.
And whenever you do have free time, have fun, because I bet for many of you, free time is fleeting and difficult to catch.
I also sounded very depressed and just not into it. The reason I wanted to point this video out though was because it was out of my comfort zone and was my first time writing a script to a YouTube video. Since we're here, I also want to mention this Jerry Seinfeld showcase I did. I started working on my editing skills a little bit here and I thought it was pretty cool. These two videos are both special because they were both new ideas and are examples of me trying something new, which is something I'm extremely proud of. I got the idea for this series while I was on my trip. I brought a laptop with me and I only had a couple games on it, and Minecraft Bedrock Edition was one of them. I didn't want to make a full survival world because my laptop was really bad and I wasn't sure if it was going to run well, so instead I decided to make a world in creative. I'm not that great of a builder, but I wanted to improve, so I got the idea to literally just build in a confined area for a while and make it into a series. I don't really have much to say about Minecraft itself other than I really like the game and I have since I was a kid, but I won't review the quality of the game itself. Instead, I'll review how this series was a big change for me. Other than the fact that I tried a lot of new things while building in the world, I also tried new editing things and actually made better thumbnails. I distinctly remember that this guy commented on my video that I was underrated and it made me so happy. I released a couple shorts as well that got a little bit of attention and that was nice. Those were the main things I remember from making that series. Overall, I would rate the experience an 8 out of 10. Even though technically I started my Black Myth Wukong series before this one, I want to talk about it first because it's shorter. I really love Slay the Spire as a game and honestly just wanted to post some videos of me playing it and talking about my thoughts. I didn't record that many Slay the Spire videos and they were laid out over a long period of time because I just made them whenever I felt like making them. The reason I stopped making them was just because I didn't feel like it anymore, but I still play the game even now and absolutely love it. I still need to beat Ascension 20 as the Silent a Defect. Overall though, this series really didn't have an impact on my channel or my editing skills or anything really. It was just fun. I might continue it in the future too. I would give it a 6 out of 10. My Black Myth Wukong series is the longest on my channel and my favorite. First of all, I had more fun playing through Black Myth Wukong than any other game on my channel. It's truly one of my favorite games of the year and I'm grateful that I spread it out over such a long period of time so I could enjoy it for that long. I think Black Myth Wukong is a really great game. The combat is fun, is beautiful, and the bosses are amazing. My main complaint with this game is that I have no idea what's going on in the story. I know it's based on Journey to the West, but even after watching a bunch of explanation videos, I haven't been able to understand what's going on even after playing the game a second time. For example, why does this scene transfer to this scene? It's so weird, man. It probably has some sort of explanation, but it was really tiring how this kind of stuff happened a lot. I think they were a little lazy with the transitions between areas and story at time, but it was still a great game. Also, this series was the one where I learned the most and it was the one people enjoyed the most. I made a couple shorts that got a lot of attention and that was great to see. I also made some long form videos after completing the game that were successful as well. My editing skills got better, I got funnier, I got better at making thumbnails, and so on. I learned how to make these top 5 videos and I actually really enjoyed making those as well. It was just a very successful series overall, honestly. I would give this whole experience a 10 out of 10. I'll always remember Black Myth Wukong as a transition point for me and my YouTube channel for the better. This was my most recent series and definitely one of my favorites. I think this series is where I started to get a lot better at playing games on camera and making it entertaining. There were actually a couple of times where I was editing a video and laughed at some jokes I made. Even though that sounds pretty pathetic, I promise it's normal. You can also see that during this series my thumbnails improved a lot. They looked from looking pretty clustered and dark to looking actually good in my opinion. During the series, I also passed 100 subscribers. This was a giant milestone for me and it really motivated me to continue making better quality content. As for Doom the game, it's really great. The one complaint I have is that sometimes the graphics are a little janky, but it was made in 2016, so it really doesn't matter. Plus, I usually don't care about graphics either way. I also really enjoyed playing through the game and really enjoyed the experience I had while playing it. Overall, I would give this whole stretch a 9 out of 10. Well, those are all the main series on my channel. I did make some Roblox videos and a Kendrick Lamar album review video, but I don't really count those because they were one-off things. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it very much. I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given me in the past months, and I hope I can keep making better and better content for you all to enjoy. Like always, I hope you all have a great night, day, or evening, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!